Hello YouTube, this is Royal Mix Gaming, and today we're going to go over the top cavalry pairs that you can use in Rise of Kingdoms at any given time, at least in this time in 2021, you know. So the first commander that most people have is Saladin. This is one of the highest, more recommended cavalry commanders I would recommend, because he only needs to be 5.5.5.1, does not need to be expertise, and he's really good from KVK 2 all the way to Season of Conquest. Some of the pairs you can do with Saladin are going to be Saladin with William. William only needs to be 5.5.5.1. If you watched my previous video, I told you kind of why you shouldn't max or expertise William. That would go watch that if you need to know why you shouldn't. The other pairs you can do with Saladin would be Saladin and Ethelflaed. If you wanted to, pair some other cavalry pairs that I have later on with other pairs, then you can use Saladin and Ethelflaed for the debuff that Ethelflaed applies. Attack, defense, and health reduction is pretty good. Another pair that you can use with Saladin if you kind of want to bring another high damage march with it, or cavalry pair with it, is Saladin with Khan secondary. Because if you're going to use Khan primary, you need to use something else behind him, because if you use some of the weaker things behind Khan, he's going to just absolutely melt. And I can tell you, if I see a Khan on the field, man, I'm going to hit it. So make sure you're putting him behind somebody else, or if you want to use him primary, then you're going to have to do something else when I tell you here in a second. But another pair that you can do with Saladin, especially in the early game, is YSG. Saladin with YSG is a tanky AoE pair that Saladin's going to protect your YSG or your Ethelflaed or your William. And all these different pairs that I've listed off are going to do the damage behind Saladin so that he can tank for you. Okay. Now, if you're wanting to do something that's more high damage, something that I'm wanting to go for here a little bit is XY. XY is a really high damage march because he does a lot of damage. He has a rage reduction like Khan, but he's a little bit better than Khan because he has an AoE. And can take the damage a little bit better than Khan. I'm not going to say he's a lot better than Khan, but he can take the damage a lot better than Khan can, I think. Pairs that you can do with XY or William, obviously, but XY needs to be expertised because of all the extra skill damage he's going to get. And he's a cavalry commander, he's like Khan, you really want him expertised. But you can pair him with your 5.5.5.1 William, and you're good to go. Another one that you can have that's more of a rally pair that I don't have, but is another option that you can do with XY, is Chandra. Chandra does need to be expertise because he gets the 4 stacks of blessings once you have him expertised, and the more stacks of blessing you can do, the more damage and debuffing you can do. So the next one, since those are some other pairs that I listed, is Khan. We're going to come back to Khan. If you're going to use him primary, most likely you'd want to use Khan with Takeda secondary. Let me see here. Here he is. Both of them need to be expertise. The only reason I would say use Takeda secondary to Khan is he gives Khan some extra tankiness, and he'll stay longer on the field. But like I said, if you're going to use Khan primary, it's a high targeted march, and you might not like it as well because the bill is going to be pretty high to heal it. Then the one that after this that is a little bit more tanky, doesn't have any AoE or anything like that, but I know that a lot of people like and that I like because one of my other accounts has it. It's Attila and Takeda. Attila primary with Takeda secondary. Both need to be expertise because if you don't have Attila expertise, he is not immune to silence. That is a very big deal. He does more damage when he's expertise. You must expertise both of these, because they both give you more damage when you are expertise them, and that's a big deal because the more damage you do over time, the more kills you can get, and that's a good thing, and it's really worth it to max them both. Highly recommend maxing both of these if you're going to go with them. If you're going to go for these, then you can't really do Khan and Takeda because Attila only can go with Takeda. Don't use Attila and double C or something like that, it's not going to work. That stuff doesn't work for open field. Rally, same thing. Would use Attila and Takeda for rally. Those would be my top cavalry pairs for Rise of Kingdoms as of 2021. In a couple months here, probably in 2022, we'll probably have some new cavalry coming out, and I'll redo this list. But those would be my best advices to you guys, which cavalry pairs you want to go for, and the pairs you can do with them. So if you like this video, drop a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions for anybody else that wants to pair some cavalry together. And have a nice day.